Good evening everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have some really good news. Actually 2 times of good news. My internet has finally been a lot better today. Last night they did more road work. They've been doing road work for the entire week. I mean, they literally came to the door and told us like we found some kind of a breakage and we are fixing it right now, and well, I have internet. It seems to be stable. I really hope that it's been fixed for good, like completely. Of course, I cannot make any such assumptions just yet. I mean, last time I know what happened, you know, I got too excited, and yeah, even though I'm still excited right now, because it's the best news that I've heard in a long time regarding my internet issues. The second good news is that I finally managed to do almost an entire wall with Gwenny together with the steamer. We didn't do the entire wall because unfortunately I had another accident. I will show you in a moment. But also we kind of ran out of time. The machine was making some issues, or rather the wall plug that I plugged it into didn't work. It's been more than 20 years since it was covered behind a wall I didn't even know it was there, and we tried to use it today. It wasn't working at all, so I kind of had to figure out a way to use another wall plug with the amount of cable that I had, and it does not have a lot of cable unfortunately. So there's that, but also because of the fact that it took like 15 to 20 minutes before the water finally started boiling. It did so as well last time, only last time I didn't have as much water in the tank, so it was a lot easier and a lot faster. But yeah, it is what it is. So we only had about 20 minutes to half an hour before she had to leave, because she only had an hour to stay, ish. So that was a bit unfortunate, but next week things will be a lot faster. Well, I also forgot to do the prick roller to roll the walls and make tiny holes on the walls so that the water could seep through a lot better. Which, of course, also took time. So yeah, it is what it is. We did half a wall. It's a bit more than half a wall. I wouldn't say three quarters yet, but yeah, we've worked really well today. Which of course doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot easier when you're with 2 people and when one of them at least knows what they're doing, which I don't. I mean, I'm starting to now, of course. In case you were wondering, yes, this is a new sweater. The old one is full of, well, not holes, but most of the stones are off of the old sweater. So yes, this is the same sort, but not the same sweater as I was wearing last week. Or no, I wasn't able to upload last week, but the week before that. If that's what I wore, I don't even know anymore. Yeah, confusing myself, you know how it is. Either way, so I'm finally making progress next week. I'm assuming we will have the entire wall done, mainly because before she arrives I will make sure to have the holes pricked in, and also because I will put on the machine at least 10 minutes, yeah, 10ish minutes before she arrives. And even if I don't start scraping, I can already start steaming the wallpaper now, so that's fine. Regarding the idiot injury that I got today, so she was using a big scraper, which is about this size. It's about this long to scrape off the wallpaper. But at some point she was using the steamer and I was just standing there. So I took a small one. Wait, I can take a small one that's right here. One of these. It was a little bit bigger than this one. It was a little wider, and what happened was apparently there are these these tiny pins in the wall. I don't really know what they are. Neither does she. She's never seen it before, but it's like, it's almost like nails, but thinner. And we didn't see them. They're barely noticeable, but the blade got onto one and I shot out with my hand going like this and real fast, and yeah, it got my finger pretty deep, all the way underneath the nail. So that's not fun. I'm having issues holding things, even my phone, just because any pressure will just burst it right open. So that's another reason why I didn't finish the wall after she left. It's basically because of the pain. It's really annoying. So that's gonna need a couple of days, but at least the burn patch on my shoulder, it healed. On my arm, on my upper arm. It just needs to color in, you could say. If you've ever had burned skin or anything and it comes off rather, you know that the old skin, when it's refreshed, you have new skin, and the new skin is usually like really white, right? Because it hasn't been exposed to the sun. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not colored in any way. I'm just not even sun tanned or whatever. It just, yeah, but it's still whiter. It's still a lot whiter than the rest of my skin, which is funny because I am very white. But yeah. Next week we will go to the action, and we're gonna get a lamp, better lamp, to really shine on the walls, because the lighting in my bedroom, as you probably already know, is horrible, and I cannot open the curtains anymore because of the railings on top. They are very loose. They've been on for more than 20 years, and 22 years if I'm correct. Yes, my dad came to live here when I was 8 years old, and yeah, I'm not 30 years old. God, I'm getting old. So yeah, it's been 22 years on the ceiling. So it's coming off. It's quite horrible, and yeah, there's a lot of gaps when it comes to lighting. So sleep is kind of a thing, as you can probably see. But yeah, I'm also a little, I have a runny nose, but yeah, just ignore it. But for the rest of it, I would say it's been a pretty good day. I'm just glad that the patch on my shoulder has healed, because that in itself was already super annoying. Of course, the placement of this cut isn't exactly nice either. I didn't even know it was possible to cut myself on the side of the scraper. Well, technically it's what we call in the Netherlands een plamuurmes. Now, I have no idea what I'm supposed to translate that to. But yeah, it's, well, you probably already know it is. It's to fill up holes with in the wall, but it works for scraping off small pieces of wallpaper if they're wet. So there's that. Just wanted to be useful, but of course for next week I will be having a second large piece of scraper, because it does have a fully rubber handle, but also it's very well guarded on the blade side, so only the blade itself touches the wall and everything else is fine, so I cannot hurt myself on it. So I'm gonna get a second one of that, if she doesn't bring one herself. She said she also had one at home, and then I will continue. And then yeah, so for now I have decided, because of the fact that I'm very prone to injury because of my own stupidity, speaking of which, I'll have a story for you in a moment, but yeah, I've decided to do it on the Wednesdays, just to make sure that Gwenny is there as well, because my dad doesn't have a car. Obviously, he has COPD. I don't have a car either. I would not drive even if I had one, which I wouldn't have because I wouldn't drive. You get the point. But yeah, it's since I'm prone to injury, I'm gonna make sure that she's here just in case, because today I noticed just in time that I made a really big mistake, which luckily for me didn't lead to another injury. It could have. Another burn injury, that is. I wasn't exactly thinking straight, apparently. I wasn't thinking it through. Usually I would wear my rain boots, which are made out of rubber. I wasn't wearing anything on my feet at all except for socks. And that thing started dripping when it was hot, and it obviously was steaming. And yeah, let's just say I was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have anything on my feet. So, you know, there wasn't any kind of placement that I could have put it down either. So, yeah, it was a good thing Gwenny was there so she could take over the steam plate. And I basically went and put on my rain boots because, you know, it doesn't let water through and stuff, but obviously it's made out of rubber and so I cannot burn myself. But yeah, that's typically me to get hurt. Yeah, but should something like bad actually happen, then I'm not saying it will. I mean, I think I've had the worst. But should something happen, then she can drive me to the hospital. That's basically the moral of the story. So yeah. Well, and of course it's a whole lot more fun to be able to talk to somebody and have some fun rather than actually doing it alone and just wondering what the hell you're doing. Because like I said, last time it was horrible. I got like, this time it's like more than half the wall, which I'll be showing tomorrow. The reason why I'm not showing it right now, by the way, is because I'm talking, I'm loud-ish. My dad is sleeping in the next room, so he will hear me and probably wake up. But I will film it tomorrow during the day, so you can have a bit of a view. The wallpaper is still on the floor, so you're gonna have to deal with the mess for a little bit. Not because I don't want to clean it up, but because right now there's just no point, because there's more wallpaper gonna come off. So I'm just gonna put it to the side and wait till everything has come off, and then I'll clean it all up and move on to the next wall. I wanted to film as well the process, but unfortunately, like I said before, Gwenny doesn't like to be on camera, and also it was just a little bit awkward, to be honest, while we are talking about things. And yeah, I don't really know how to mute my videos just yet, how to mute sections or whatnot, so that's why. But yeah, it was a lot of fun today. I finally have some real progress, and oh great, I got off track again, by the way. But yeah, so like I said, this week is 1.5 wall. 1.5 wall? What? A little bit more than half a wall. That's what I was saying. Next week will be 1.5 wall, because time-wise, I now know how to prepare better than last time. And when I got that burn, I got like this big of a piece-ish off the wall. It was pretty bad. So yeah, but it's actually a lot of fun once you're busy and once you're doing it, and I'm just glad we finally made that start. And yeah, so here's a little bit of the plan of what's coming in the upcoming weeks. So like I said, next week will be what's left of the current wall that we're working on. Then we will be doing the wall next to it, because we kind of already started it on the sides a little bit. We will do that wall, let it dry, and by the time that that wall is done, time is more than likely up, because we do tend to talk a lot and get a little bit distracted. But yeah, that should be fine. The week after that, since the way the furniture stands and the way that we are gonna have to move the furniture to continue, once those two walls are fully stripped, we are obviously gonna paint it. And once that's painted, it obviously needs to dry. We are gonna move the furniture that is currently on the wall that is still full of wallpaper. We're gonna move that all to the dried painted wall, and then we are gonna strip that wall, and of course the week after that we will paint that wall. So it's a little easy-ish now to see how, what, and why. This of course means that not only progress is going a lot faster now, hopefully, don't hold it against me, it also means that I'm finally able to go for new carpet, or vinyl flooring, sorry, not carpet. The carpet can finally be removed. The only problem now is how to get all of the furniture and everything out of the room, because I have a pretty big bed. I have a queen size bed, and yeah, luckily for me the bed parts are in two pieces that are easily moved. They're pretty light as well, but the mattress itself, that thing is heavy. That thing is very heavy. But the biggest concern of all is basically where am I gonna put all of the boxes, the black drawers and the bookcase that is currently on the black drawers. That's a little bit of the concern that comes next, mainly because there is no space anywhere. Although, if I'm looking around right now, I can put the black drawers right against the chair right here with the bookcase on top. So that would be fine. And then the boxes are a challenge. Luckily there aren't that many boxes, but yeah, I cannot put them on the balcony, because if I do that, people can just steal, because we do live on the first floor. On the ground basically. So that's annoying because there's a lot of traffic coming by. And the hallway is very small. You've already seen that. There's no boxes to be put because there won't be any space to walk at all. The kitchen needs to be free because my dad, he's not going to be happy about it if I don't. So yeah, but it'll be fine. I'll find a way. I mean, I technically have a bit of an idea, but it's a bit of a crazy idea. And when I say crazy idea, I mean a really, really crazy idea. Rent a bus for like a week, not a city bus or whatever. I mean more like a moving bus, you know. Rent one for a week, put my stuff in there, and then have it parked and safe for that 1 week. And then basically just put everything back once the floor is in. Well, it doesn't even need to be a week, it only needs to be a day. But for that, Gwenny would need to be available for a day. No, maybe not. I could ask my dad's friend to bring the bus back, because like I said, I don't have driver's license. Even if I did, I wouldn't drive. So yeah, I could hire a bus for a day, make sure that everything is in there, or rather 2 days to be safe. Just put everything in there, have the floor laid down, and then put everything back the next day, because my bed will already be able to be put back the same day. It's just gonna be really heavy, and I will need help with that. But I can probably schedule that in so that Gwenny will be there. The only issue will be getting the bus here, the transport bus, and bringing it back. That's the main issue. My dad no longer has a driver's license, and he couldn't, COPD, but his friend, he could. I mean, that's probably the best idea, to be honest. I don't know if anybody would agree with that, but considering the space and everything, I mean, I have no idea what it would cost. Wouldn't be that expensive. Let me Google it. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, well, it depends on how you look at it. It's about 65 a day, 65 euro. So, well, unless there's a smaller one. Apparently there's also the smallest ones, and they are even, oh, well, there it is. Problem solved. It's like 40 euro a day. That's nice. That's pretty nice. So I can easily do that for 2 days, 3 days. That is easily from the budget that I still have, that I got for my birthday last year. With Christmas, yes, or was it Christmas? I don't know. Either way, this is pretty, I think it was with Christmas. I don't even know anymore. But yeah, that's easily something put in the budget, especially considering the fact that I will not be hiring a painter, which I thought I was going to, but me and Gwenny kind of convinced me to do it myself, so we can do it with the two of us. The painter was gonna ask at least 250, so this will save a lot of money, so that would be good. Yeah, that would be fine. Just a small, just a normal car would have been fine, to be honest. I don't have that many boxes and I need to go anywhere. Dus that is pretty doable. Better doable than I actually thought. So that way it's not gonna be in the way. The boxes will be out of the way, but not anywhere my dad is gonna be mad at. So yeah. And then that part will be done, fully done. Wait, I still need to do the curtains. Ugh. Planning. I think I will be doing the curtains before the flooring as well, so I do have some time. Yes, because the curtains, the way they are right now, they're basically undoable. There's a street light in front of my window. It's very, very annoying, to say the least. I can barely sleep. So there's that. But yeah. I'm gonna leave it at this for this video, because this became a very long video and it's already pretty late. I'm probably not going to be able to upload in time before 2 a.m, which is what I always do, which is about 7, depending on where you live, of course, but New York time, kind of, it's 7. Yeah. So, big update. Okay. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good morning, have a good evening. Hopefully, if my internet keeps going as it is, I will be able to upload tomorrow. If not, you'll see me next time. Alright. Have a good night. Bye-bye.